Good morning and welcome to Mornings on Main Street for this Thursday, April 13th. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. Hope your day is getting off to a lovely start this morning. Let me share with you that April is Child Abuse Prevention Awareness Month, a rather important month. Reporter Chris Yao takes us to a child advocacy center in Columbia, Tennessee this morning. It is a kid's place, and their work that they're doing and their mission is to prevent and treat child abuse. He shares all of that with us in the coming minutes. After that, I take you up to Clarksville, Tennessee to introduce you to the founder of officeNOW. It's one of the largest commercial spaces in Clarksville, and the founder is a local woman entrepreneur who is working to connect other women entrepreneurs with each other. And then we round out today's show with Devon's Table. Devon O'Day and Sylvia Ganier talk about the best ways to season a lamb or lamb meat. They have that and more with Lamblicious later on. But first, let's get a check of the headlines. This is not the answer. This is an appropriate step. These are words from Tennessee Governor Bill Lee when he stated Tuesday that he would be signing an executive order with the goal of strengthening the state's system for background checks for purchasing firearms. Now, Lee said that the order will require criminal activity to be reported to the system within 72 hours, and it will also require courts to submit information to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations in a timely manner. You can read more on when Lee hopes the measure will pass by going to mainstreetnashville.com. Well, there is now a new system being used by the Gallatin Fire Department that could save lives and property and even improve emergency response by having critical information from homeowners before a call for help comes in. So the system is called Community Connect. Now, this is an online tool where residents can enter their information in about their home, which is usually not known to first responders ahead of time or before that 911 call is made. Read more from Gallatin Fire Chief Jeff Beeman and what he's saying by going to GallatinNews.com. Well, it's going to be an exciting Saturday. 20 student designers in Middle Tennessee State University's Textiles, Merchandising, and Design Department. Well, they're working on finishing touches as they prepare to share their work and their talent at this year's Black Dahlia-themed TXMD Runway Show. The show is open to the public. It begins at 5 p.m. on Saturday. It is being held in the Miller Education Center. The address for the center is 503 Bell Street in Murfreesboro. And I know you would like to get a ticket to this. So for that information, head over to murfreesboropost.com. Well, will the sun stay shining or will the clouds hide the sun? Who knows? But I'll tell you who does. It's our friends over at Tennessee Valley Weather.
Happy Thursday to you. Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check at your forecast. Rain returns to the forecast for today, so be sure to have the rain gear before you step out the door. We will see showers continue to filter in from the south throughout the day and throughout the morning, afternoon, and evening as well. We'll see some breaks in the action here and there, but overall the chance remains for the entire day, even into the evening, overnight, and it will continue into your Friday as well. However, less widespread, more isolated in nature for Friday, but we are going to hold on to those rain chances throughout the Tennessee Valley. We are looking at a few breaks in the clouds as we round out the day on Friday, but I expect a gloomy day for today and for tomorrow. Here's your 7-day forecast from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We're looking at a gloomy day for the rest of today and a few showers possible tomorrow. Saturday, we're looking at showers and a few thunderstorms possible, mainly into the evening and overnight hours. A few storms could be on the stronger side, but overall not really expecting any sort of severe weather. And then heading into Sunday, we start to dry out, and that starts a dry stretch for the beginning of next week.
Tennessee Valley Weather was brought to you by Fred's Flooring. The Main Street Awards voting in Rutherford County is happening now. Don't forget to go vote for Fred's Flooring. Go check out their products at 490 St. Andrews Drive, Suite 105 in Murfreesboro, or give them a call at 615-645-3565.
As mentioned at the top of the show, April is Child Abuse Prevention Awareness Month. This morning, reporter Chris Xiao takes us to a child advocacy center in Columbia, Tennessee, who is working with their community to bring awareness to child abuse and treatment.
We are at Kids Place today for the Chamber Coffee to allow local businesses and organizations to come in and tour different businesses around the city and really get to know the services that we provide and get to know us a little bit better. April is Child Abuse Awareness Month, and for the month of April, we try to plant pinwheels around the community. We like for every business to display a yard sign that promotes child abuse awareness. We want to plant as many pinwheels as we can, and the blue pinwheels signify that every child deserves a happy and healthy childhood. We want to eradicate child abuse, essentially. I would love nothing more than to have to close our doors because child abuse doesn't exist anymore. But we know that's not possible. And so spreading awareness through the pinwheels is how we can do that. It takes all of us to really protect children in Lawrence County. And to do that, we take note. We get to know the kids that we're around, that we see daily. We notice when behaviors change, when they start missing activities or start not being as active as they used to be. Being aware of all these signs that something bigger is going on is how we can really be aware and produce a safer environment for our children to grow up. So Kids Place is the child advocacy center that serves Lawrence County, but also Giles, Murray, and Wayne County. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Children and families come to Kids Place when there are allegations of sexual abuse or severe child abuse. So when children walk through our doors, they're in crisis. The parents and caregivers don't know where to turn. Their lives have been turned upside down because of the child abuse allegations. So that first response that we have is through the forensic interview. So a child is referred to us by DCS or law enforcement to receive that forensic interview in a one-time session. We try to gather as much detail as possible so that that child doesn't have to relive that trauma by telling their story over and over and over again throughout the investigative process. So our goal is to reduce the trauma to that child in that moment. When children enter our program, the goal of our therapy program is to prepare these kids to overcome the symptoms of trauma. We cannot erase that the abuse happened, but we can make sure that it no longer defines them. By educating adults on the signs and symptoms of child abuse, we automatically produce a safer environment for children to grow up. If we can educate 5% of the population in any given city or any given county, we automatically start to see a decrease in child abuse in the community. And so that's our goal, is to reach as many people as possible, both children and adults, to educate them on how to protect kids in their lives. It takes everyone in our community to really make sure that we provide for the safety of the children in our lives. So when you drive down the streets and see these blue pinwheels in April, hopefully it brings you back to your own childhood of being innocent, being fun, and blowing on pinwheels. That's something that makes us all smile. So if you enter a business that has a Kids Place support sign or has pinwheels in front of it, take a minute and thank them for helping to support Kids Place and support the fight to end child abuse in our community.
Hockey in Music City just hits different. It's one big honky-tonk party. It's the sea of gold in the crowd, the goals, the saves, the celebrations. It's an experience like no other. Experience Predators hockey all season long. Visit NashvillePredators.com/season tickets and join the Loyal Legion today. That's NashvillePredators.com/tickets, and we'll see you at Bridgestone Arena.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try. There aren't any cops around.
I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Tell me your name, sir. You are right now?
Main Street Sports Today strives to bring you the most timely and comprehensive coverage of sports news and more from Middle Tennessee and beyond.
We cover the teams you care about from preps to pros and bring some of the most influential voices in sports to keep you in the know.
Tune into Main Street Sports Today each Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Download the Main Street Media TV app.
Welcome back. There's almost no missing this building as you're driving down Wilma Rudolph. I'm talking about the officeNOW building. Most people do know that it's an office of businesses, but I get to share with you that the owner of officeNOW is a local entrepreneur to Clarksville, April Consulo, who is with us now. Thank you so much for sharing what you're getting ready to share. I want to share a couple other things before I let April get to it. This business here has 80 businesses inside of this massive building. What, 2,400 square feet?
24,000.
24,000 square feet. I get 2,400. 24,000 square feet. But with the 80 businesses, 60% are owned by women. So April, now I'm going to say thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing with us what you're going to about your story and your entrepreneurial journey.
Right, and thank you so much. We're so proud to be part of Main Street Media today because they're all about the community. And if you're not paying attention to that, then you haven't seen this beautiful lady shine. So thank you so much. So officeNOW, the idea 4.5 years ago was to build a location in a community where small business dreams could be built.
So I happen to be here on a day where they just had an event kind of focused on women entrepreneurs. And so I have to ask, how hard is it as a woman to get your business off the ground?
Well, it's not as hard as I think women want to make it. I just think that we have to be better at looking for resources. So as I talked to you offline, because we did talk right before we got online, and I wish I knew what I didn't know 5 years ago. There's a lot of other women business owners in our community, in the Montgomery County, that have gone before us, and they're open books. But a lot of times women are afraid to ask. We'll ask, oh, where'd you get your hair cut? Where'd you get your nails done?
Right, I actually did just ask.
Where do you get that, that cute outfit, whatever that is, but we're afraid to ask who's your banker, who's your CPA, who do you have your insurance with? And we've got to get better at that. So that's something that today's event, which was hosted by Legends Bank, and it was called Shop Talk. That was the title, and it was so cute. And it was also co-sponsored by Pathway Lending, which is a lending community for women in Nashville.
Okay.
And they used to be partnered with the SBDC, so it's pretty cool. So we're really proud today to be a part of that. You embodied a little bit of it, and it was just a lot of women wanting to know how do you go after something this big. So and then of course, as I told her, I'm very faith-based. I don't know if you can zone in behind there, but I give God all the glory because he opened the door and he kept the door open. And then there were times, I'm not going to lie, when I first got this, you know how we all have buyer's remorse when you buy a house?
Yes.
Imagine buying a 24,000 square foot building that's in really bad shape. So I cried. And then I went to my husband. He's like, but you wanted it. You know how men are. Like, I know, but I just got to cry right now because I'm really scared. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. And God just kept moving. And now we have a commercial kitchen and we have bridal suites and we have an event center that we do weddings and parties and celebrations and corporate events and team building. And it's really evolved. And I just let God orchestrate it. And I just try to be as obedient as I can.
Well, let's talk about the networking aspect of this, because again, you've had 5 businesses in the past.
Yes.
I'm remembering
Yes.
what you said. Singer-songwriter, she's been in different fields.
Yes.
How important is it to network and go to the networking events that are offered, whether you're in Montgomery, Davidson, Cheatham, Dixon, Rutherford, Robertson? I could name all of our Middle Tennessee counties, but there are network events that are offered through different areas. Why should we as women make a point to go?
Absolutely. Well, we're only as strong as our next relationship. That's just my opinion. And if I feel like that every time I've opened a door that I didn't understand, I had met somebody at a networking event that could guide me through that. And I think that's extremely important. It's just like, you know, women that go to yoga together or anything. I mean, we go shopping with a girlfriend. How do you start a multi-million-dollar business or even throw the idea around if you don't go to networking events? And this is probably going to be really transparent. So this is going to be probably more than they probably thought. I love my family.
As we all do.
But they didn't see the vision, most of them. And so if you're not around other women business owners or women that are taking risks, your family's trying to protect you. So they're not going to get involved with you jumping off a ledge, right? Women business owners that have gone before you or are aspiring to, they're going to put their arm around you and go, we got you.
Is there anything, April, that I haven't asked you that you think someone might need to hear right now or that you just want to share?
Sure. I would say a piece that I talk about and I did an audio book on is permission to live. If you're waiting to take the dream off the shelf once the kids get old enough or the husband gives you the opportunity, stop doing that, because we know life is very short. And so the whole point of permission to live is it's okay to do it right now. We don't need to think we're going to die and then all of a sudden give ourselves permission to live. A friend of mine in country music wrote Live Like You Were Dying. Tim McGraw recorded it, but Craig Wiseman wrote it. And I'm really proud to say that I do live like when I'm off this earth, people are going to go, girl, what was she doing? One day she's a mayor. She's over here doing music. She's doing buildings. I mean, I want that. I want people to laugh and celebrate versus that, oh my gosh, I wish she would have. And we've got to stop that as women. We have to stop the guilt. There's too much guilt attached with success, and women need to stop that. So, and I know you're on that path and sharing a lot of women-owned businesses, and we thank you for that.
Oh my gosh, thank you. So no more I wish. How about I did and I'm doing?
Nice.
So thank you, April, for your time. I
Thank you.
appreciate this. Be sure to look up officeNOW or April Consulo. Again, you can find her online and reach out if you have any questions. Stick with us here because we have more coming up after this.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Here at Dixon Medical Associates, we've got you covered from neck to toe. Our orthopedics team offers services in sports medicine, foot and ankle reconstruction, spinal surgery, and more. We also have in-house imaging and physical therapy. Dixon Medical Associates. We specialize in what moves you.
Welcome in, everybody. It's time for Devon's Table, and we don't usually do a lot of meat cooking. And today it's a meat that I'm totally not familiar with. I was not raised making a lot of lamb. Don't dislike it. I just don't know anything about it. I don't know what flavors to put with it. I hear things like mint jelly, which I kind of go, I don't know. Sylvia, you've got all sorts of good stuff for us, don't you?
Well, I love lamb. I love to cook lamb. My husband loves lamb. And I first encountered having great lamb in France.
Oh, okay.
And what I learned from my French host is the lamb like to graze on the wild herbs down in Provence.
Oh, yeah.
And so if it goes together in the field, then it's going to go together on the plate. So I like to do herbs on the lamb. So when I find lambs, I like these loin chops. They're a whole lot less expensive than getting the Frenched bone-in chops. And so what you're going to want to do is find the cut that you really like. These are loin chops. When you take them out of the pack, you always want to make sure you pat it dry. Start with dry meat on either side.
No matter what kind of meat you're doing, that's something I learned. If you have like a wet steak, and you put it on. It boils it. It's not right. It doesn't do right.
And the herbs want it here right. The oil will just run off. So oil and water don't mix is very true. So what I would do is I would take oil. You can use vegetable oil, canola oil, grapeseed oil, avocado oil, anything that has a higher smoke point than, say, an extra virgin olive oil. Don't use that. So this is a blended oil. It's got a little olive oil in it, but it's also got some canola and a little bit of avocado oil. So it's not going to smoke as much. I don't put it on here. I've got my grill pan. You can do this outside, or if you have one of these, you can do it inside. I love these grill pans because the backside becomes a griddle. It's flat. So you can use it as reversible.
So
it's cast iron. That's a grill pan. And I have it on my induction cooktop, and that allows me to not have to go outside to grill on a cold day. And then I just take the oil and I put it on, and I just smear it around a little bit on this side, just like that. Don't you like that very technical term?
Yes, smear it.
Yes. And then the next important thing for me is my garlic.
Oh, fresh garlic.
I like to go ahead and put some garlic on there and just kind of smear it. Okay? A good amount, because that's going to be like the real flavor of what you want. The garlic and the lamb are very, very good friends. Okay? So I just kind of smear that like that. Will you be my salt and pepper girl? Just a little bit on each side. Just kind of crack it around there. And then I like thyme, and I also like rosemary. So after we get a little bit of pepper, and if you like more coarse ground pepper, you can change the grind. You can add a lot of pepper. If you're my husband, you want pepper-crusted lamb, you know. But I like some herbs as well. So I sprinkle a little bit of herbs. This is thyme.
Okay.
Dried thyme. And then if I have fresh herbs, I can use those, but they're going to turn very brown, like almost blackened when they're on there. So just be aware of that when you're cooking. So this guy, if I wanted to put a little rosemary, I wouldn't overdo it because it's fresh. I just put one little leaf or two per coming down the pike here. Yay,
really gently
just
take
very,
it on.
there you go. And then what we're going to do is, since we have these guys pretty hot, and I'm going to just kick it back up a little bit, we're going to take it and we're going to put it right on our grill pan.
Oh, nice.
Talk to me, baby. Talk to me.
Yeah.
All right. And then I'm just going to put all these on my grill pan and let them go 2 minutes. There's a restaurant joke, Devon.
Okay. Oh my gosh, the smell is so
you get
good.
The
rosemary immediately.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you get the herbs, you get that. Okay. Now, while this is cooking, I'm going to do what I told you before. Don't want it wet. Don't want it wet. Dab them off, dab them off, dab them off. I don't do this if there's an open flame, right? Turn it down while you're doing that. A little bit of oil. A little smear of oil, 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 same thing. Are you ready, salt and pepper girl?
I am.
Okay, salt, garlic, smear them. Devon, we're cooking together. It's exciting.
Oh, I love I'll grab the pepper.
Okay.
As they say, put the pepper to it. Put the pepper to
put it on there now. All right. And a little bit of herbs on this side. Look there. The restaurant joke is anytime somebody on the line cooking doesn't have something ready and the expediter or the chef calls out, "How long for the lamb?" The answer is always 2 minutes. 2 minutes, chef. 2 minutes. But that's a good rule, is knowing that it takes 2 minutes on a high heat grill for the meat to release. So you don't have to stand there and try to, fight it off, if you will. Okay?
Yeah.
So then we're going to take this. Look, perfectly came right off. It did not stick. Anything is all good. And that's one of the ones we put on a little bit later. Look at there. Look at there. If I want more grill marks, I could leave it on just another minute or two. But I don't want to burn that garlic, right? I want to just have it like that.
It's amazing how much that little tiny bit of rosemary is so aromatic, because it's a fresh herb. It's so different cooking with a fresh herb than a dry one.
Yes. So now I have two decisions. My decision is, do I want to finish this on a grill? Or do I already have an oven on at 425? I take them off, put them on a baking sheet, finish them in the oven. It gives me 8 or so minutes that I don't have to stand right over the grill to watch them.
That. Mm-hmm.
That's how most restaurants would cook something.
Yeah.
So they pre-sear something and then they pop it right into the oven.
Okay.
So
for how many minutes?
Probably to do medium rare, you're going to do approximately 8 minutes and check them.
And rare is okay when you're talking lamb?
Yeah, you want it to be rare to medium rare.
Okay.
Don't overcook it. Lamb is not one of those things that you want well done.
Okay.
It's delicate.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Here at the Journey Louis team with Benchmark Realty, we pride ourselves on the service that we provide our clients.
We believe in delivering a level of service that is above and beyond what is expected.
We don't cut corners and we are always available. We are committed to learning and continuously sharpening our skills.
We're social media experts, we're tech savvy, and we embrace change.
It is our unending desire to be our client's realtor for life. We are the Journey Louis team, leading you home.
Welcome back. We do have a special birthday shout out this morning. We would love to wish Parker Lynn King of Lebanon, Tennessee, a happy 15th birthday. Parker, we hope you have a fantastic day. Continue to send us your birthdays and your anniversaries here 2 mornings on Main Street by sending it to the email that you see below, smiller@mainstreetmediatn.com, so we can give you a shout out right here. Thanks so much for joining us on this Thursday. We hope to see you back here on Friday morning. We have a really cool show in store for you on Friday, so be sure to stop in. Also, download our mobile app, Main Street Media TV Mobile. You can have all of our shows right here at your fingertips. And again, it's a very it's fun app to have. Again, thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net.
Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ed Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit